Well, it looks like I'm live. Mazel tov to me. Merry Christmas. Okay, so whenever I do these, there's always this little lag in terms of how to operate this. So what I'm trying to do is actually find, here we go, swipe left to reveal comments and reactions. That's what I'm trying to do. Maybe it's that way. No, left. Ay, ay, ay. There's always this. Oh, there we go. Hello, Dawn. Good morning. Now I can see all of these comments because for crying out loud, if I can't read your questions, I don't know what to answer. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas. So just want to lay down a few ground rules for this. First and foremost, I have no idea how many people are actually going to be joining me today because it is Christmas morning and everybody is with their families. But hoping to catch the East Coast, possibly the West Coast. Is pretty early here in the morning. So anyways, this is how I roll when I do these readings. Typically there are more of you guys than there are of me. Now it may not work out that way today because it's Christmas, but what I wanted to do is I was getting so many requests for readings from people who unfortunately are having financial issues, and I wanted to be of service, and I wanted to, as good gesture, just to really be there for people and help support them, because sometimes this can be a really hard time of year for them. I just wanted to make myself available for any questions. So this is typically how I work. I'm not sure it's gonna be that way for this session. Good morning, Gabriel. So nice to see you. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. So if you have any questions, which I am going to answer through card readings, make sure you write them in the comment section, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to see. I mean, I'm still working on my telepathy here, so I can't quite read your minds yet. Hi, John. So, hi, Catherine. So go ahead and write your comments, your questions in the comments section. Also, just to let you know, I'd love to say that I'm perfect and all-knowing, but I'm not. I'm human being, so my timing can be off. I could be wrong. Let's just face it. Also, everything that I give you is based on this particular conversation, and because of your God-given gift of free will, things can change at the very last moment. I'm reading the word morning and it came out morning. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. So just some of those ground rules. If I will try and get to your questions as time rolls on, more people will be coming in. So please don't be offended if I don't get to your question, but I want you to sort of look at it this way. Somebody may actually be asking the same question you might have on your mind. So if that's the case, please take any information in the message. Hi there. That looks like Sanskrit, I think. Or is that Thai? I'm not sure. So the message, so take whatever information you can get from what I'm giving, the guidance that I'm giving, because you might be able to place it somewhere in your life and find some sort of peace with it yourself. So someone may actually be asking the question on your behalf without you even realizing it. Also, if you're watching this in replay, the message can also come to you when it's needed. So yes, Catherine's right. Catherine says the message is received when it's meant to be heard completely and totally, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, so let me get to it here. Let's see, I'm gonna scroll down and see if I missed any questions. Thank you guys so much for joining me here. Okay, Dawn has a question. Will my son release his anger and come back to the family? Okay. Ooh, that actually feels like a very heavy question. Okay, Dawn. So first of all, I do feel a yes. I am gonna pick a card. I do feel like it's a yeah, but. Yes. Okay. So I have to say, Dawn, yes, he will be coming back, but it's not in the time frame that you're expecting or wanting or needing. It's going to be on his own time. I do feel like he has a lot more internal processing to do, because I do feel like there was some sort of miscommunication or misunderstanding that went on with you. Okay, so I hope you understand that. But to answer your question, yes, it's just not going to be in the time frame that you are looking for. I do feel like it will be in 2019, and it does feel maybe more towards the second half, like the beginning part of the second half of 2019. I don't know why I want to say that. So think maybe summer or late spring. I think more summery. It feels more summery. It will come as a shock and a surprise for you. Here's my advice for you, Dawn. Give him his space. Let him have his space. Let him process. Because if you want reconciliation, he has to be able to fully feel his feelings and fully come to his own conclusions about what happened. And again, it feels like there was an argument or a miscommunication. I do feel like you feel very guilty about it too. So if you can just sort of, I know a lot easier for me to say than for you to do, but just sort of release that for now and just allow him his space to process. But the answer is yes, I do feel like that's going to be the case. Okay, Dawn? So hopefully that helps. Let's see here. Okay, Gabrielle, will my youngest son enjoy his new job and will he meet someone special? So that's kind of two questions. So let me answer one at a time. So Gabrielle, will my youngest son enjoy his new job? So I do feel like it's a yes. Again, with the yeah buts. There's some indecision on his part. It almost does feel like I don't want to say this, like there's some, I used the word processing before too, but there's a learning curve that I feel like he is judging himself a lot on whether he is capable of this or not. Almost like I feel like he thinks he might have taken on something bigger than what he's actually able to do. But the thing is, this is going to sort of elevate him and grow him and mature him. So I do feel that he will enjoy his job, just not right away. Okay, so hopefully that helps. And will he meet someone special? It feels like he's gone away for his job. I don't know if you understand that. It just doesn't feel like it's like really close by. Like he might have had to have moved states or something. It just or there could be travel involved. It just feels like he has to kind of go away for his job. So in terms of meeting someone special, it's a bit vague of a question. But I do feel like he's going to meet more social, like he'll be more social. So we'll meet more social people. But if you're asking for romance, I don't feel like at this time that's going to happen. So hopefully that gives you some frame of reference. And also guys, as you ask your questions, it's really important to be really specific because your general questions are going to get really general answers. And so if you want more specific information, be really specific with your questions, okay? That is one thing that I ask of you that I sort of didn't put out there. So I'm putting that out there now. Yeah. And I do tend to skip over, so you'll have to forgive me just because so many people have like really specific questions that they really need help with. I'll skip over questions like, hey, pick a card for me. So again, it's not that I don't like you. It's just that I'm trying to actually help the people who have those very specific questions that need that peace of mind. Okay, so, okay, Crystal, this is an example of a very general question, but I'll go ahead and I'll share it with you just so you have an example of how I need you to be more specific with your question. Crystal asks, any love relationship partnerships coming in the near future for me? So, I'm going to say yes, okay, because that will always happen as long as you're a human being wearing an earth suit and you continuously live your life and you have a desire to, okay? But maybe you might want to wrangle in that question a little bit tighter, okay? So I'm going to go ahead. Thanks for writing that in, Crystal. Hey, Catherine, here we go. Should I be, this is a good example of a specific question, okay, guys? Should I be reaching out to people or keeping my energy to myself? I'm not sure if I'm in a phase or retreat or replenishing. Very good question. Thank you, Catherine. I love that specificity. I said that word right. Okay, so here's what I do feel like. I feel like what I like about your question is that you're aware of your energy pot. I guess you can say it. I feel like you're aware of when you have enough energy and when you don't have enough energy. The question for you is like, are you in indecision about what you should do or not? And the answer is yes, you are in indecision. Here's what I want to tell you about that. It is important for you. You need to be setting your boundaries better, which is why you might be feeling like your energy is depleting. Your boundaries are too flimsy and flexible. So you're very able and wanting and desiring to give people to people and help people, but you're not doing a good job of saying no, okay, when you're not feeling like it. So it's almost like you're trying to please people. You're being a people pleaser. So I want to tell you, reaching out at this point may not necessarily be in your best interest so that you can save your energy. However, when people do come to you, because people will and are drawn to you, it's important for you to only help them when you feel like you can give of yourself. So don't be afraid of saying no. Okay, so my concern with you is that your boundaries are too flimsy and flexible. If you have a headache and it's somebody's birthday party and you don't feel like going, you say, no, I'm sorry. Don't go because, this is just an example. Don't go because it's someone's birthday and you're going to feel bad. It's about self-care. So really being more in tune with your own self-care is really what's being called of you right now. So when you ask, should I be reaching out to people or keeping my energy to myself, meaning you, that's the indecision part. You just got to make a choice. How are you feeling at that moment and make a decision? So right now you're kind of going, well, what's the potential? But the reality is you don't know what the potential is because you're not in that moment. So you need to go moment by moment and stick to, and don't be flimsy or flexible with your boundaries. If you're not feeling good, you don't give to somebody else. It's totally okay not to always want to please people, okay? So I hope that helps, Catherine. Thanks for writing in. Let's see. Hi, Belayeth. Oh my gosh. I hope I don't butcher y'all's names. I'm sorry. You're welcome, Dawn. Brenda, will finances be good enough for us to move in 2019? Excellent question. Thank you, Brenda. All right, let's take a look here. I'm going to have to pull a card on this because I'm not downloading the data at this moment. So, yeah. There seems to be a stall with your finances. God, I feel like I want to say not all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. There's still some work that needs to be done in terms of contracts. I hope you understand that. I hope that makes sense to you. There's paperwork that's still missing. Paperwork that is still missing. Yeah. Yeah, I got to tell you, I don't know if you're working with somebody on this situation. I do feel like there's male energy. When I talk about energy, I'm talking about the energy of it, not necessarily the sexual identity of it. So I feel like whoever you're working with has more masculine energy. So if it's a female, just like, very masculine female, or it could be a male. But I definitely feel like, it's important for you to be working with someone else because I don't feel like they're doing enough for you financially with contracts or with paperwork that's going to get you to the place so that you can be good enough to move. So I just feel like the move is stalled. I don't want to tell you yes or no just because you want to hear it. I don't work that way. I don't feel like that's an authentic thing. What's coming to me about this situation is that you need to switch whoever you're working with on this project. So if maybe it's a real estate agent or maybe it's a mortgage broker or something, I can't really tell you what to do. Ultimately, you make your own decision, but it just feels like whoever you're working with does not have, I don't want to say the best intention for you because that's not true. I feel like they're coming from a good place. I just feel like they're not that knowledgeable. So maybe they're either newer to this type of work or just not as experienced. And there's a part of me that wants to tell you, so please don't be offended by this, but you get what you pay for. So if you found somebody to help you who like you got like more of a deal or more of a bargain, I just feel like it's important for you to invest more so you get not better service, but just better experience and more knowledge because there's something missing, okay? So Brenda, I sure hope that that helps you. Okay, thank you. Let's see. Emily D, here we go. Is it best for me to go somewhere close to home, so she lives in Michigan, for my next job, or will I go far away? I just have to feel into this because I feel a lot of anxiety and stress around this. And I feel like that's actually what's blocking you from coming up with the decision. Okay, is it best for me to go somewhere else close to home for my next job, or will I go far away? All right. Stand by. Okay, yeah. I feel like it's important for you to stay home. And the reason why I feel like it's important for you to stay home, because I feel like there's health issues, not necessarily with you. And again, I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't make medical diagnoses, but I feel like there's someone around you that may need some help with their health. And it allows you to, I feel like if you were to move away and you had an issue, or there was an issue with family health, someone in the family or someone close to you that would need your help because of a health situation, like you would feel guilty for moving away. Now, that's not to say whether that's good or bad for you to move away, but what is coming up for me is that you're not fully, you'd be making a decision sort of out of guilt versus what you feel is best for you. I hope that makes sense. So if you want to like alleviate your guilt and just like not worry about things, I would stay close to home. But I got to tell you, I don't know that you've fully really put time and effort into feeling through what's the best decision for you. It almost feels like you're making a mental, like, I got to do this or I got to do this. It's very black and white. Because one of the things that I do feel like it could be for you is like you could stay home in Michigan, but you can actually move your house or move to another place to live, which gives you that sense of sort of freedom. So as I'm like reading more into you, I feel like you're feeling just really attached to staying where you need to stay, but you can still stay in the same location, but just move to a new home or a new apartment or something like that. And I do feel like you will be called upon to help somebody with their health or need to be close by. So it's almost like for you, the best thing, and again, I can't make this decision for you. Ultimately, you have to be the one to make the decision, but I want you to sit with this, and sit in the inquiry and like really feel your way through the situation, because I don't think you're honoring your actual needs. I feel like there's a sense of guilt associated with this decision. So, you do what you want to do. But the solution may be simply that you stay where you are for your job, but you move where you live. Okay, so like maybe just a town away or something, or just out of the house that you're in right now. That could just be enough for you to feel more of a sense of freedom versus restriction. Hope that helps. Thank you, Emily. Gabrielle, thank you. He's starting a new job, but I think it's temporary. He's hoping to get an apprenticeship. Okay, well, that's good news. Then he can use that opportunity to really get to learn and know what's going on. Nancy Rice, will my grandbabies be placed by the authorities involved? Will my grandbabies be placed by the... you know what, Nancy, go ahead and write in that question again, because I don't understand it. And I want to make sure, because it feels like this is a very serious answer that I want to be able to give you, but I don't understand the question. So if you don't mind rewriting it in a way that I can understand it, so I can give you a better, more authentic answer. Okay. Thanks, Nancy. Oh, wait, hold on. Will my grandbabies be placed by the authorities involved with me? Oh, okay. There was a little bit more. So if I'm understanding you, Nancy, you want to know if you're going to be able to get your grandkids, because clearly it sounds like they're being, I don't want to say taken away, but they're being placed, or they're being replaced. Okay. I get the question now, Nancy. You don't have to rewrite it. Thank you. Okay, Nancy. Yes. Yeah, I do. I do. I feel also like I want to tell you that it's not a burden for you to do this, and you'll be fine, because I know that there's some worry in terms of logistics that you're feeling. I do, yes, I feel like they're going to be placed for you. And here's the thing is I feel like they'll thrive more with you. I feel like they're around a lot of arguing, or I'm hearing like a lot of like, and it feels like loud voices, and I feel like there's a situation where they're currently in where there's like a lot of people coming in, going out. And I feel like what you'll be able to provide for them is stability. With those kids, they're really precious souls, I feel like, and I feel like they're also very impressionable. So what would be really great is if you can start working with them on not feeling shame. Okay, this is really important, Nancy. This is where you can come in and really help them. Sorry, this is very emotional. It's very important that you help them not feel shameful about the situation that happened. And I do feel, I feel like there's some sort of addiction involved in it. I could be wrong. Again, I'm not all knowing. And it may be drugs. It may be alcohol. It may be sex. It may be something. There's just a lot of people and a lot of yelling. And I feel like they're such precious souls and that they're very impressionable. These feel like young kids. Okay. They feel young to me, whether they are or not. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not all knowing. I'm not all perfect. But what's important about them being in your care is that you do your best to raise them without shame or being ashamed of the fact that they're being raised by you guys. Because I do feel like you'll have them for a while. And I don't want you to feel like your daughter, I don't know why I'm saying daughter, could be son, whatever, your child. I don't want you to feel like your child is abandoning them. They just need help. They just need help. And so it's really, really important that you instill, and this just keeps coming up for me just so heavily, that you instill in them nothing's wrong with them, and that they shouldn't feel shame about the situation that they've been under. And I do feel, yes, you will get them. Okay, so my sympathy, because I know that this can't possibly be easy for you. So I just want you to know that you have my sympathy and all of my best wishes for a healing for everyone involved. But I also feel like there's going to be some really fun times for you and I don't know, I feel like your partner, your husband, whoever it is, are actually going to get more joy in your life from having them. So this is not a bad situation. Switch it around. This is a gift. They are gifts to you. Just please, 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 I ask you to make sure that they don't feel shame about this scenario as they grow up. Okay? I hope that helps, Nancy. All my sympathy to you. Here we go. Crystal. Okay, this is more detailed. I have a romantic interest, deep connection with a friend. There we go. Thank you, Crystal. Will this be mutual someday? Will we ever go further than friends? Now, I give all the information I get. The good, the bad, the ugly, the pretty, the fat, the skinny, the tall, the short. And, again, I could always be wrong. I am always on your team. So if you want me to be wrong, I want to be wrong. And I do feel like I have to say that I just don't think this is going to go in the direction that you're hoping. You're being more of a, how do I say this? I feel like you're dreaming too much about this, or you're in too much in hope mode. It just doesn't, and again, I apologize for saying things that may not make you feel good, but I'm honest. And if you want me to be wrong, I want to be wrong. Again, I'm on your team. But I just feel like there's something very egotistical with you about this guy. So it's almost like he makes you feel good about yourself, so you feel like you need him. So it's almost like a dependency on him. And he's not a bad guy. It just doesn't feel like it would also be a good match. And I just feel like you're using him for not like using him like in a bad way, but you're you're being needy on him because he sort of, he makes you feel a certain way that you should be making yourself feel. It's almost like he makes you feel special. And you are special, but you have to recognize that you're special on your own. So this guy is not necessarily healthy for you either, which is most likely why it feels like you'll just remain friends, okay? So and again, everything can change. Like nothing I say is ever set in stone. So it may change, but I just don't feel like it's going to go more than or further than just being friends, okay? Thank you for writing in. Okay, let's see. Catherine. You're welcome, Catherine. Sherry, here we go. Hi there, new follower from Australia. Hey, Australia. I'm able to get a reading card, please. Have shared too. Much love and Merry Christmas. There's really no question there, Sherry. So if you want to go ahead and retype in a question, I'd be happy to answer it. Okay, Doreen. Good morning from San Jose. Hey, I was in your airport recently. Hey, Stephanie McBain is watching. You're welcome, Emily. You're welcome, Brenda. Lost network connection. Let's see. Hey, Jalissa. Nice to see you. Merry Christmas. Okay, here we go. Whoops. Here's another question. My brother is taking advantage of my mother. Oh no, it's still recording, for crying out loud. It just says low network connection. Okay. Catherine has another question. I'm still live. We're back. Freaking technology. Okay, Catherine, my brother is taking advantage of my mother financially. The family is aware and we've taken action. Do we need to worry about this situation? Are there more aggressive steps we should be taking? Good question. Let's see. Ooh, I feel like this is going to play out in the best way that it's possible. I know that that's vague, but I do feel like you guys are going to be victorious, first of all. That's what I do feel like. Ooh, I feel a sense of karma. I feel a sense of what goes around comes around. And by the way, you have my sympathy because I was in a very similar situation with my family. Yes. Yes, very Jerry Springer. I get it. Okay. Do we need to worry about this situation? Nope. Nope.com. You don't need to worry about this situation. I know you don't know what these cards mean, but I think I'll show you. You don't need to worry about this situation, but you're going to. So I'll say whatever, I need to say. And you're going to do what you want anyways. Don't worry. I do feel like there might even have to be financial recompensation, if that makes any sense. Like he might have to pay back something or pay, attorney's fees or something like that. So I feel like he's going to have to, the brother who's taking advantage is going to have to somehow make some sort of financial recompensation. The other thing is that I do feel like this helps bring the family together though, even though it may not seem this way right now. I would, if I were you, I would just sort of place my trust and faith in God or your higher power if you believe in it. Well, obviously, if you're writing in, you have some sort of sense of faith or trust or something, whether it's universe, God, goddess, angels, whoever. It does feel like you have to sort of detach emotionally from it though, because I feel like you're getting a little too involved. So there's the drama is happening from too much involvement. This is already at play. Let it play out. I feel like it will be victorious and it will bring the family together. Okay. But when you ask, should I worry about it? I would say no, because that's just added stress. And it lowers your vibration. And right now you can't afford that, to have your vibration lower, because I feel like you've got so many projects on the stove that you're cooking, that's where you need to be focusing your energy on. So don't focus your energy on this, okay? More aggressive steps? No, less aggressive steps. This needs to play out, okay? Hope that helps. Gabrielle, will I meet a new partner this coming year? Okay. Yeah, I feel like a yeah. Yeah, I have a yeah, but stand by. What's the but? What's the but, people? That's weird to say. What's the but people? It feels like it's going to be more towards, fourth quarter 2019. So funny. I come from an advertising background. So we used to break out the year in quarters. So what's fourth quarter? October, November, December of 2019. You know, my timing isn't perfect. It really isn't. But I feel like that's when you may meet a person of influence. Okay, that's not to say you won't have experiences throughout 2019, but in terms of one that's going to be influential on your mind and your heart, I feel like it'll be fourth quarter 2019. Hope that helps. Nancy, thank you so very much. My grandbabies are very young. Hearing this has lightened my heart. My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay, Sherry, whoops, this is long. Okay, currently have a friend like Crystal, whom we have a connection together with. Would love to know if we will become a title. If not, will I be happy with a man anytime soon? I hate being alone and I've been through a lot. Okay. So Sherry, my friend, all right, this is something that you're being a little wishy-washy with, and this is why you're having trouble with a relationship. You haven't truly, authentically defined what it is that you're looking for. You may have defined who you're looking for, but not the kind of relationship you're looking for. Okay, so one of the things that would help is you need to get more clear. The universe does not like vagueness. They like clarity. So the way you need to approach this, and I don't feel like this friend is going to fit this, what I'm about to share with you, but what you need to do is you need to write down, and I need you to write this down because you need to be able to see it and think it so you process this way you feel it. What you need to do is you need to write out what your ideal relationship is, not the guy, but what is the relationship like? And then what you do is you start, as you're meeting men, then what happens is you start placing them in that grid. So you're not looking necessarily for the person, you're looking for the relationship. I hope that makes sense, but that's why you're having trouble, because you're focusing too much on the guy. And your person is just not ready for you yet. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. Let him work on himself. This is part of you working on yourself. So focus on the kind of relationship that you want, the characteristics of the relationship, the character traits of the relationship. What do you guys want to do together? How would you feel if you had the relationship? So for you, I don't want you to plug in and write about the guy. For you, it's about the relationship. Okay? Sherry, I hope that helps. Okay, Catherine, you're welcome, Catherine. Emily, okay, there's someone that I don't like that will probably be at Christmas dinner tonight. Should I try to push through and stay all night, or should we leave a little early? Girl, this is what I'm about to say to you. You may or may not like it, but I gotta say it again. I just tell it like it is, but you's got to suck it up, buttercup. Push through. I just heard this advice from someone else earlier this week, from someone else for someone else. And I feel like, because I'm getting a picture of this person in my head, so I know that this applies to you too. You be the calm, centered person in the chaos, okay? So what happens is you make sure you ground yourself. You make sure you prepare yourself for going to dinner tonight, and you just ask to be the calming anchor and just allow everything, all the chaos to happen around you, and you just be calm and centered. Push through it, because that's a lesson in itself, is for you to realize and understand that you can be in a stressful situation, extremely stressful. This feels very stressful. And come out of it okay, come out of it strong, and come out of it unscathed. So this is an opportunity for you to learn that you will survive this gracefully, okay? My suggestion to you is to suck it up, buttercup. Do it. Be the calm in the storm and push through it. Now, if you are absolutely terrified and like I mean, it's just that you can't, and you find it so difficult, like so difficult to be the calm and to keep your shit together. Get out of there, okay? Because I'm not here to tell you, like, do what I say. You got to still have some sort of, self-discernment. I can tell you whatever it is that I get, but ultimately you have to make your own decision. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So you're going to be fine. This is an opportunity for you to learn that you will survive this. Just understand and know that the way the human body works is that you could be feeling threatened. And so your central nervous system might flare up and you might want to run away. You might want to stay there and like fight, right? Or you might just want to sit there and just be immobilized and just be ignored and just hope everything just goes smoothly. That's just the human reaction. So whatever you do, whatever happens, no matter how much your body tightens up or whatever type of visceral reaction you might have in your body, first of all, know that you're perfectly fine. It means you're wearing your earth suit and that you're alive. But this is part of the process of being human. So I am going to say, suck it up, buttercup. Okay? All right. You can hate me if you want. That's fine. I'll respect that. All right. Just to let you guys know, I'm going to take 2 more questions before we leave. Catherine, I'm just going to wait and see because I've already answered 2 of your questions. I'm going to see if... oh, wait, this actually isn't a question. Sorry, Catherine, my apologies. My sister has wanted to pursue this more on the legal official levels, and I've been reluctant to that. I would say follow your gut, Catherine. Your gut is speaking to you, and it's speaking pretty well. If your sister wants to pursue more legal action, let her, I guess, manage it, but it just doesn't feel like it's worth it. Like it's going to play out in your favor anyway, so why make it worse? That's up to you. Okay, thank you. You're welcome, Gabrielle. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if, Sherry wrote, thank you. Yes, he said that he doesn't want to hurt me. My ex cheated on me, whom I was with for 8 years, so it's hard to trust. The kids like him and he treats them right. That's my main issue with finding the right one. Yeah. Let's see. I want to answer questions from people who haven't, this is so cute. Emily wrote, ugh, Terry, why are you always right? Lol. Thank you. That helps. And I appreciate you. Thank you, Emily. That's very sweet of you to say. It's okay, Emily. It comes out look, on Facebook, it comes out terrier, and iPhone, it comes out terror, So there you go. Okay. So 2 more questions. I'm going backwards now, because we don't have new ones. So Miss Dawn, she's asking the question. So this will be the second to last question. Does 2019 look to be the year for a new romance? Oh, you know what, Dawn? I have a yeah but. I know I've had so many yeah buts tonight. I'm gonna pull some cards on this just to see if the cards are reflecting what I'm feeling. But it almost feels like I want to say no until. So that's the yeah, but it's more like a no until. Yeah. It's going to be a no until you start romanticing. What's the romanticizing? Romanticolying? I don't know what the actual correct phrase would be. Yourself. You need to romance yourself. And I'm not talking about necessarily self-pleasure, although that could be part of it. But yeah, see, there's a part of you. Yeah, there's a part of you that kind of denies your own femininity. And it's really important if you want to find romance, you need to romance yourself. So you need to turn yourself into... That doesn't sound right. How do I want to say this? Stop giving and doing so much, okay? It's time for you to start being and receiving. So you're too much in your masculine self. And that's what it feels like. As soon as you start balancing that out more, you'll start to notice that there are romantic opportunities. But I mean, I feel like I want to say yes if you want, maybe your goal for 2019 should be to bring out more of your femininity. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to wear makeup and you have to go get your nails done and you have to wear dresses. It's more like a feeling and an essence of yourself, okay? That's what needs to be done. So if you want to find romance with someone else, you have to find romance with yourself first. So that does mean making yourself feel special, making yourself feel beautiful, making yourself feel more feminine, doing more feminine things. Because right now you're out of balance and you're doing too much masculine. Now, everybody has their own way of, making themselves feel beautiful or needed or wanted or whatever. So it's very personal to you. But I every once in a while when I feel like I want to get more into my femininity, I will buy myself flowers. I know that might be silly to some people, but just staring at those beautiful flowers, I see them and I love flowers, and flowers make me feel happy and they make me feel feminine. I love receiving flowers from men. So when I buy flowers for myself, it makes me feel loving and loved. So that would be my suggestion to you. So that's the yeah, but is the not until. Okay, so I don't want to give you a firm no, but I can't give you a firm yes until you do that inner work. And that's something that nobody can do for you. Okay, so you have to find your own femininity within yourself. And only you have that answer. Okay, maybe for you it is wearing more skirts or putting on makeup or doing your hair or something, whatever it is for you to make yourself feel more beautiful and more feminine. Okay, this is going to be the last question here. Let's see, where is it? I saw one. Here we go. Sherry has another question. Sorry to ask another, but you seem straight up and honest, no matter if it will hurt or not. Sorry. Yes and no. I mean, thank you for saying that, and I'm sorry for being that way. But I'm not here to bullshit you. Okay. Would love to know if I should be worried about my health. I've had several psychics tell me I've got health issues. Okay, so just so you know, health issues can also be mental health. They don't necessarily have to be physical health. So if you have a psychic that's telling you have health issues, but you're not able to place it, it could be mental health. So I just want to share that with you. So let me just do a quick little scan. Again, I am not by any means a medical doctor, and I don't make diagnoses. If anything comes up, I will share it with you. I don't know if you understand anything with your throat, but my throat is starting to feel, and I know I'm not sick. My throat is starting to feel constricted and a little bit sore, almost dry, which to me kind of tells me that you may not be expressing yourself or voicing your opinion. Oh, you're keeping yourself small, my friend. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, girl. Speak up, please. Do not contain yourself. Speak up. I'm getting compassionately angry right now. Not at you, just at people who do this. I myself have done it, and I do find myself doing it. And when I become aware of it, I take myself out of it, because I want to tell you that you do matter. You do count. Your voice matters. Okay? Yeah. What you have to say is important. You may have been called stupid in the past, but you're not stupid. And you may have been told you're not intelligent or you're too slow, or there's something about that, and that's kind of keeping you small and you're not expressing yourself. You're not saying your truth. Okay, so you just gave me a compliment. Thank you, by the way, which I'm taking it as a compliment, where you said you seem to be straight up and honest no matter what. You want to know something? I've worked damn hard to be able to say this is how it is. It's up to you to take this information and do with it as you want, right? So that's how you need to be. You need to go, look, here's the situation. You may agree with me. You may not agree with me. That's fine. Totally get it. But what I have to say is important. And if you don't think it's important, that's fine. I think it's important. I matter. I count. And I have only your best interest involved. So you don't always have to fight to be right, too. That's the other point. Is like it's interesting. It's like you're a dichotomy in this way. This is what it feels like. It feels like you want to be right. Like you have to be right for that acknowledgement. but you're also afraid to voice your opinion. So I don't know if you tend to be combative or argumentative when you talk. I know you don't mean it. I feel like you have a really good heart, but there are times where you might be misunderstood. And it's because you're not expressing your authentic self at the right times. It's almost like the times where you're authentically expressing yourself, it's from a more please forgive me for saying this, but it's from a more egotistical place that you have to prove that you're right. Versus, look, it is what it is. I have your best interest involved, but this is the way I think it should be. This is the way I feel it should be. Take it, don't take it, whatever. But that's called authenticity. So I do feel like there's a discrepancy with your authenticity. I'm not trying to put you down at all by any means. I'm actually really happy for you that you asked this question because it's a very brave question to ask. So I commend you on your courage to publicly ask this question, and I commend you even more so on your braveness on hearing the answer back in a very down-to-earth, matter-of-fact way. So when they say you have an issue with your health, it does feel more like it's an integral issue with your emotional health, to come from your emotional place. The other thing is I do feel like my knees are a little bit sore, so I don't know if you feel like you're stuck in life or not moving forward. But I do feel like if that's happening to you, or if you have issues walking, or if your knees are hurting, I do feel like that is, again, these things sort of stem from you keeping yourself small and not really authentically sharing and talking and expressing yourself at the right time from a more vulnerable place versus an egotistical place, okay? You don't always have to be right. Let people hear let people say their opinions, and you can just go, yes, okay, that's wonderful. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to lower yourself to their vibrational energy, but be real and true. So to me, that's the information that I get in regards to your physical health. So hopefully that helps. So there you go. So guys, thank you so much. That was the last question. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And thank you for all those emojis. Thank you. I really do enjoy these. These are times when I can give back to you and be of service to you, because I love people, and I love that you guys support me. You watch my daily readings here on Facebook or on YouTube or Instagram, and I really, 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 really am grateful for you. And I'm getting all these Merry Christmases. Merry Christmas to all of you too. I love having you here, and thank you. If you want a more private reading where I can go deeper, longer, that's what she said, you can book a session with me right on my website, terryhuberman.com. I am so happy and honored and grateful to be spending Christmas morning with you guys, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Merry Christmas.